Hey, if you've ever felt like investing is something only rich people can do, or that you need thousands of dollars to even get started, this is for you. Because the truth is, you can start investing with almost nothing and completely change your financial future just by starting where you are right now. Investing isn't about being rich, it's about building a path to freedom. And the best part is you don't need to wait until you have a lot of money to begin. What matters most isn't how much you start with, but that you start at all. Most people delay investing because they think it's complicated or risky, or that they'll do it someday when they have more. But someday never comes unless you decide that today is the day you begin, no matter how small. The biggest secret wealthy people know is that time is more powerful than money. Compounding rewards time, not perfection. So the earlier you start, even with a few dollars, the more your money can work for you over the years ahead. Think of investing as planting seeds. You might not see much at first, but if you water those seeds consistently, they'll eventually grow into something strong and valuable. Every dollar you invest is like a seed that will grow if you give it enough time and patience, and you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to read charts or predict the market. You just need to be consistent and willing to learn a little as you go. With modern apps and platforms, you can start investing with $5 or $10. You can buy fractional shares of the biggest companies in the world, or invest in index funds that track the whole market. It's never been easier or more accessible. So if you've been waiting for a sign to start, this is it. You don't need perfect timing. You just need to take the first step. Before you invest, it's smart to build a small safety net. Try to keep a bit of money in savings for emergencies so you're not forced to sell your investments when life throws surprises your way. Once you have that cushion, you can focus on investing regularly. The best way to build wealth over time is through consistency. It doesn't matter whether you invest weekly, monthly, or quarterly. As long as you do it consistently, that habit is what separates successful investors from everyone else. The secret is automation. Set up automatic transfers to your investment account so you don't even have to think about it. That way you're paying your future self first before you get the chance to spend the money elsewhere. It's a simple move that can completely change your financial life. When you start small, remember this. You're not trying to get rich overnight. You're building the foundation for long-term growth. The market will go up and down, but your job is to stay focused and keep investing through all of it. The people who win in the long run are not the ones who chase quick profits, but the ones who stay calm, steady, and patient. Dollar cost averaging is one of the easiest ways to do this. You invest the same amount on a regular schedule, no matter what's happening in the market. That way, sometimes you buy when prices are high, sometimes when they're low, and over time, it all balances out. You don't need to time the market. You just need to spend time in the market. That's how real wealth grows. And here's the beautiful part. When you start investing, something else changes: your mindset. You begin to see money differently. You stop seeing it only as something to spend and start seeing it as something that can work for you. You start valuing patience, discipline, and long-term thinking. You become more intentional with your spending. Suddenly, that $10 impulse purchase looks less exciting when you realize it could become 50 or 100 if you invested it instead. You begin to think like an owner, not just a consumer. That shift is what transforms your future, because the way you think about money determines how you use it. One of the easiest places to start investing, if you're in the US, is with a Roth IRA. It's a retirement account where you invest after-tax money and your gains grow tax-free. When you retire, you don't pay taxes on the withdrawals. That's huge. Even if you start with $20 a month, it's worth it. If your job offers a 401k match, grab that too. That's literally free money. You're already investing. You just need to take advantage of what's available to you. But even if you don't have access to those, you can still start with any brokerage account. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. The moment you begin, you become an investor, and that's something to be proud of. It's normal to feel nervous at first. Everyone does. The idea of losing money can be scary, but think of it this way. The real risk is doing nothing. Inflation quietly eats away at your savings every year. By not investing, you're actually losing purchasing power over time. Investing is how you protect yourself from that. And while the market does go through ups and downs, history shows that it always grows over the long term. Every crash has eventually led to recovery and new highs. The key is not to panic when things dip. The dips are where wealth is built because they give you a chance to buy more at lower prices. If you stay calm and keep investing, those short-term drops become long-term gains. If you ever feel overwhelmed, remember that you're not alone. Every successful investor once started where you are now, unsure, hesitant, and maybe even intimidated. The difference is they started anyway. You don't have to know everything before you begin. You learn by doing. Each small step teaches you something new, and every dollar invested is a lesson in patience and growth. Start with something simple, like a low-cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500, that gives you instant diversification and exposure to the biggest companies in the market. You don't have to pick stocks. You don't have to watch the news every day. You just need to stay consistent and let time do its work. As you grow, you'll realize that investing isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about creating choices. It's about reaching a point where your money supports the life you want instead of working endlessly for every dollar. It's about being able to take a vacation without worrying about bills, to help your family, to retire comfortably, or to pursue dreams without fear. Every investment you make brings you one step closer to that freedom. You might not see it immediately, but it's happening behind the scenes with every contribution you make. One day you'll look back and be amazed by how far you've come. You'll remember when you started with just a few dollars and realize how powerful that decision was. You'll see how those small amounts grew over time and how your discipline paid off. The journey might feel slow, but it's steady, and that's what counts. The people who win at this aren't the ones who start with the most money, but the ones who stay in the game the longest. So be patient, stay consistent, and trust the process. The hardest part is just starting. Once you start, it gets easier. You start to enjoy watching your money grow. You start feeling proud every time you invest instead of spend. You realize that you're building something real, something lasting, and that pride will keep you going even when the journey feels long. Investing with little money is not a disadvantage. It's your training ground. It's where you learn discipline, patience, and confidence. Those qualities will carry you for life. Take that first step today. Download an investing app, open an account, set up automatic deposits even if it's just $5 a week. You'll be amazed by how it grows over time. Remember, every investor starts somewhere. No one begins as an expert. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. The best time to start investing was yesterday. But the second best time is right now. Start small. Stay consistent. Keep learning. And let time do the rest. Your future self will thank you for it. And here's something most people never realize until it's too late. Investing isn't just about creating wealth. It's about creating peace. When you know your money is growing quietly in the background, it changes how you move through life. You stop stressing about every paycheck. You stop feeling trapped by your job or your bills. You start to breathe a little easier because you know you're building something permanent, something that belongs to you. That peace of mind is worth more than any luxury purchase because it's freedom, the freedom to choose, to rest, to live on your own terms. Every small deposit, every little bit you set aside is a vote for that future peace. Sometimes you'll wonder if it's even worth it, especially when you see slow progress or when life gets busy and you feel like your small investments don't matter. But that's when you have to remind yourself every great result looks small at the beginning. You can't see the progress every day, but it's happening beneath the surface quietly, steadily, compounding, the same way trees don't grow overnight, but one day suddenly stand tall. Your wealth will too. What feels tiny now will someday feel powerful. The only thing you have to do is keep showing up for yourself. Keep putting something aside. Keep believing that small actions today lead to big results tomorrow, because they do. Every single successful investor you've ever heard of started with a single decision, the decision to start, not to wait until everything was perfect, but to begin right where they were with what they had. That's all it takes. And if you do that today, you're already miles ahead of everyone still waiting for the right time. So start small, stay patient, keep learning, and remember that you're not just building wealth, you're building freedom, stability, and confidence. The future you deserve starts with the choice you make right now. You've got this.